Hey everybody, it's Pikachu is here again, coming at you for yet another Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile. Um, we're probably going to do one or two more deck profiles till we get a bunch of new decks and then new cards. So, short, maybe one or two more videos after this deck profile, we will do some dueling to showcase what our decks can do and really just explain why we like them so much. So, I never actually knew the name to this deck, but apparently it is called Twilight, and I will explain why after the profile video. So, first, what I run personally is two Lila Lightsworn Sorceress. Lila is, in my opinion, one of the best Lightsworn cards there is. She pops back row and switches to defense mode in the end phase. She mills 3 cards. Then there's Lumina. Lumina is one of my favorites because you can pitch cards, special summon a Lightsworn from your graveyard, and then she mills 3, and then whatever Lightsworn you summon, you mill some more. I run 2 Erins. Erin is not the best, but she has a pretty good effect. If your opponent plays more defensively, she attacks and shuffles it back into the deck, and in phase she mills 3. Then there's Gareth, one of the worst, but with the highest attack.
I like Gareth.
Gareth can mill 2, and for every Lightsworn you mill with a different Lightsworn effect, not his, he'll allow you to draw a card. Then, what every Lightsworn engine really needs is Ride. I like him too, because I love the idea of popping a card then milling. I only run 1 Wolf because often I find him dead in my hand, and I have a good amount of ways to get rid of him, but I'd really only run 1. I run 2 James. He's just a great physical monster. He is very offensive. He'll gain 300 attack when he attacks. He can mill 2 cards, but it's not the best. Then there's the boss monster that comes with every Lightsworn. Judgment Dragon. My favorite card in all of existence. Not even lying. You got 4 different Lightsworns in your graveyard. You got Judgment Dragon on the field. Pay 1,000, blow up everything. Then you can go off and summon even more monsters.
Or another Judgment Dragon.
And then, here's why this deck is called Twilight. I run 2 DD Crow. DD Crow is a great card. You can banish them. I find it great with if you're playing a deck that uses constant monster reviving effects, or if you're even playing Buijin.
Yeah. Another thing about DD Crow is no one expects it.
Yeah, no one expects a DD Crow.
Plus, there's a lot of clutch situations where you can pitch him, discard a card, and then go off.
There's Tragodia. He has actually won me games against my friend who runs Dark World. Yeah. Spirit Reaper, who is, if you can just sit on him, honestly. Put him in defense mode. Just hope no one targets him with an effect.
And even then they gotta waste shit.
There's Kaiku. If he does direct damage, you can banish 2 monsters in your opponent's graveyard. Again, another great thing about Then there's 2 Necrogardna. You want to get him in your graveyard as fast as you can because he negates attacks.
It's good against Buijin.
It is good against Buijin.
I haven't played that deck in so long.
There's Honest, which, if you're running lights, you want an Honest, personally. That's just what I think. Dark Metal Dragon, because this is actually a variant of Chaos Dragons, but with the Lightsworn engine, and that is why it's called Twilight.
Well, most run the Lightsworns, but this one runs a lot.
Yeah, mine runs a lot more Lightsworns.
Probably very effective.
I run 2 light pulsars because if I got red MD in my graveyard and light pulsar is destroyed by anything and sent to the graveyard, I can special summon a level 5 or higher dark type dragon from my graveyard. And then there's 2 dark flare dragons. If I don't have red eyes in my graveyard, I can still get one of the 2 out. Dark arm dragon, who doesn't typically come into play very often because I do run a good amount of dark monsters.
But you need him.
There's 2 Eclipse Wyvern. He's great if
Staple.
Yeah, he is the biggest staple of this deck. He will get sent to the graveyard in any possible way, and then I can banish a level 7 or higher dragon, so that can be JD or Red ID. And then when he's banished, I get that card back. And there's Chaos Sorcerer. Well, he's good, but he's not as good as he can be. I mean, I love, yeah, you do need it. I love his effect that you can just banish a face-up monster. Of course, there's BLS, who great attack stat and 2 wonderful effects. You can either banish a card, or you can.
Oh, he's just kidding, by the way. He runs the gold rare.
Yeah, right. That's yours. I run Gen X Ally Birdman. Birdman specifically for the few amount of synchros I run.
Oh, Black Rose.
I used to have more, but I have seemed to lost a good amount of my extra deck. I cannot find it at the moment, but I will search.
You don't really need it for that deck, though. Like,
Yeah.
You're fine.
I do not overlay or synchro a lot in this deck, but when I do, it actually helps sometimes.
You should choose your Black Rose, man.
2 card troopers who just help me mill and get my Lightsworns and dark type monsters in the graveyard. A Morphing Jar. Do not run this against Dark World. For the love of God, do not run this against Dark World.
For the love of God.
I've made that mistake. It ended with.
Wait, did you?
Yes.
You know what he's running.
I know.
Why did you do it?
All I can say is it ends with 3 Silvas and a gold on the field.
So did you lose your hand?
Yes. I lost my whole hand. But he does work good against plenty of other decks. Plus, if you got like Eclipse Wyvern or a dead wolf in your hand, he'll send everything to the grave and get 5 brand new cards.
Why don't you just not play him if you need to?
Charge of the Light Brigade. This card, sadly, is limited to 1.
There's a reason.
Yeah, because you mill 3 cards from the top of your deck, then search for any level 4 or lower Lightsworn. As you can see, it has Raikyo on the picture. That's typically who I search. For the 1 search, I want to run. Is it limited to 2 or is this?
No, this is 3, man.
All right.
You need to pick it. Wait, is that Ultra?
Yes. If you run any variant of Lightsworns or Twilight, you probably want 3 Solar Recharge. This is a great card. It allows you to pitch a Lightsworn from your hand, draw 2 cards, and mill 2 cards.
Wait, do you not have a second one?
No.
Do you want a second one?
I do.
Okay.
I run 3 trap cards in this deck. 1 Mirror Force. Run it for some. Basically, will always draw a Mirror Force. I hardly ever mill it, and it saved my life many times.
It's just that one weird thing.
Then I run 2 Royal Decrees, because as you probably noticed, I have a huge monster count. There are 5 cards in my deck that are not monsters. All this that you see here, this giant stack, is monsters. And I know it looks like there are a lot of cards in this deck, but it is actually only a 43 card deck. So, next time I come to you guys, it'll probably be 1, maybe 2 more deck profiles of some of my other friends. We are all part of a Yu-Gi-Oh team known as, do it with me, Team Seagull. You couldn't see, but I flapped my arms like a seagull.
We wanted Team MST Negates, but it's freaking taken.
Yeah.
Pisses me off.
We are currently building up a team binder and working on going to regionals next year. Hopefully to win.
We'll win. I have Dragon Resolve.
So next time you guys see us, like I said, 1 or 2 more deck profiles. Then we'll start showcasing our decks and duels to show you how surprisingly efficiently some of our decks run.
We're pretty good.
We're not as good as we want to be, but we're getting there. Alright, so I'll see you all another time.
Tell them that you're doing a Harpy profile next.
Next will probably be Harpy profile.
In a couple minutes.
In a couple minutes. I'm uploading like crazy tonight. I can't sleep. Drugs. I'm clean.
For kids, you can't do it.
So yeah, like I said, if you appreciate what we're doing, and if you even just like Yu-Gi-Oh, you can subscribe to us. We will most likely continue uploading on this page. If not, I'll leave links to our new page if we so decide to make one. We will be doing duels, box openings, deck profiles, and I play Pokemon, so I might even do a few Nuzlocks. And that's about all. Stay tuned.